Hello everyone. So in today's video we will learn how to make a foundation. This is a hydration foundation and we will make like 50 gram of batch. Okay, and I have given you the measurement for 100-gram batch in PDF. So first of all I am going to use distilled water. I'm going to take a safe heat safe Borosil beaker, glass beaker, and in my wig machine I am just going to wig out all my ingredients. Everything has been mentioned in the PDF, so I'm just showing you step by step how to make a foundation. So here I'm using DM water. You can use distilled water. You can use DM water instead. Okay, but don't use any RO water or any kind of tap water. So distilled water or DM water is absolutely fine. So here I'm taking like 27 gram for 50 gram of batch, and here I'm taking sodium lactate. You can also take propanediol or you can take vegetable glycerin 1 gram. Don't use too much because otherwise it will give sweating on your face. So this is a heating phase. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to use like a water bath, hot water bath for double boiler to make this phase A to get it heated. Okay, so it's going to be a heated part. Next we are going to make phase B, that will be our emulsifier and oils, and also we are going to use our oxides. Okay, so next we are going to take CCTG. You can take CCTG or cocoa caprylate. I am going to take cocoa caprylate. It gives the same texture. This is also a very light oil, very light oil, which we use for BB creams and foundations. So it's not going to clog your pores, so you can absolutely use it for your foundation or BB cream. So here I'm using like 2.5 gram. Please make sure that don't increase the oil portion, otherwise it will give greasy feel to your foundation. So here I am adding like cocoa caprylate or CCTG, whatever you can take, any of this, like 2.5 gram. And always remember, whenever we are using any measurement, we are going to take it in a gram, not in ml. Okay, so here I'm taking almond oil. You can take pomegranate oil or papaya oil, very light oil, apricot oil. Also you can take like 1 gram. I'm here taking, again I'm telling, repeating again, that don't exceed the oil, otherwise your skin will feel heavy and greasy. Next ingredient, we will be using Lotion Pro 165. This will be our only one emulsifier, and here we are not using too many emulsifier as we are making a foundation, so we want something which will be very light on our skin. So this emulsifier is itself doesn't need any co-emulsifier, so it's the only one. So if you don't have a Lotion Pro 165, instead of that you can use a glycerol stearate and peg 100 stearate also. In market it's available. So we will be using like 2.5 gram. And if you don't have a Lotion Pro 165, if you cannot find, you can ask for glycerol stearate and peg 100 stearate, both are combined emulsifier, 2.5. Next ingredient, we will be using Lexfill Wow, and instead of Lexfill Wow, which gives a silky finish to our foundation, silky powder finish, so here we are going to use cyclopentahexolin, or you can use isodecyl nepotenone. If you don't have that, you can use cyclopentahexolin. So I'm here using cyclopentahexolin instead of Lexfill Wow. And this all ingredients are organically approved, so this is going to be a mineral, or you can say it's a organic foundation only. It is not going to be any kind of paraben or heavy chemical which is toxic to our skin. So we will be using like cyclopentahexolin like 5 gram, And everything, again I'm telling, should be in gram, not in ml. So our next step after adding cyclopentahexazoline will be our oxides. Oxides which will give pigments to our foundation. So according to our skin type preference, we will be customize our foundation shades. But here what I am doing, like I have a separate live recorded video for the same, where I have talked about details about the skin tone and the classification of oxides, how you will mix them, everything is mentioned. And here I am just sharing with you which I have already made. Like titanium dioxide I have taken like 0.75 gram. Brown oxide I have taken like 0.05 gram. Okay, yellow oxide 0.15 gram, and red oxide 0.08 gram. So you can absolutely customize your shades according to your preference, your customer preference. Like if you want something in a yellow tone or pink tone, everything is mentioned properly in the shade card, so it will be easier for you. So here I have given both of these phases a double bath. You all know double boiler bath, okay? So now what we will be doing, like we will be adding our water phase into our oil phase, okay? And we will mix it with a milk frother or a immersion blender, but don't blend too much, otherwise it will separate the oil and water, okay? So uh, next thing, I am just adding it into our phase B. So here I'm just mixing with a hand whisker, and then I will be using a milk frother as I mentioned to blend them together. So if you are making in a huge amount, you have to use this type of emulsifier, immersion blender, but make sure don't overdo, otherwise it will separate. Okay, so once it cools down in 40 degree, what we are going to do, we are going to use our cool down phase ingredients. So here like in camera it might not show properly, but what I can feel that I want a little bit of lightness into the light shade into this foundation, so I have added like 0.15 gram of titanium dioxide, you can see, and I'm again mixing it. And I will do a little bit of double boiling method again, means I don't want it to be very tacky. So what I'm doing again, in a double boiler, in a hot water, I just gave it like a 2-3 minutes of bath, okay? So just to liquidify everything so that it blends properly. So you can customize according to your preference, as I mentioned. You can use your oxides accordingly, but don't use pigments, you have to use oxides. Okay, so now after giving a double boiling bath, you can see it is liquidified again. So I am just showing you after 40 degree you have to just add your preservative, your fragrance oil, and also dimethicone to give a silky finish. Do not skip any of this step. Okay, here I'm using a cherry blossom as my fragrance oil. Don't use any water based oil, water based fragrance, you have to use a oil. Next ingredient is a silk protein. Silk protein to give your skin a protein which will help your skin to get a very hydration hydrating and also a silky smooth skin. So that's the reason we will be using like a protein. You can use oat protein, you can use silk protein, or you can use keratin protein. Everything should be hydrolyzed. So now I am going to use my preservative. Everything has been done. Now all I need to do, just have to wait a little bit more until it gets solidified, and it becomes a very creamy foundation base. So I'm just showing you in my hand that how it looks, how it's blending on my skin, and you will see that how it gives a coverage. Everything, as I mentioned, shade adjustment guide, product definition, everything is been given. Waterproofing, how you can do it as a waterproof foundation, the same procedure, just have to add few ingredients to make this foundation a waterproof foundation. Everything is mentioned in the PDF. So, if you have any queries regarding the same, please make sure that you are going to ask me, and definitely I will help you. So, please make this and let me know how it's going to be with your customer skin. Do let me know your review. Thank you for watching Glamlux Skincare.